We have the Retro Devils bringing us the Diablos Arcade. And yes, it has Sega Model 3 on here. Not only that, but check this out. They got the Devils box making their own, pre-built image here. You can download full packs of ROMs if you're connected to Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Pretty cool. Even some hack packs as well. They even have some extra installers, BIOS installer, and they have their own toolbox here for safe shutoff scripts, extended hard drives, and they can also planning on sending updates. They said about once a month they're looking to send updates. So this is a pretty cool image dropping for 2022. It's 128 gigabytes, and it's got a nice just normal arcade set here. We'll go through that in a moment. But like I said, it also has Model 3, and yes, it runs. You also got atomiswave, Dafne, and Ugin, which in my opinion needs some work, Naomi, NeoGeo, and openbor. And then you have your normal configurations here. So let's go ahead and jump into this one, but it's pretty cool considering if you're looking for an arcade-only image. It's brand new for the Raspberry Pi 4 for this year. It has all the latest and greatest updates, and it has a nice little variety of games. And it's all pre-set up for you. I mean, this stuff is not easy to set up, so that alone is probably worth your time. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So let's start off with the more obscure things. So you do have openbor. You got 92 games here. I'll go ahead and scroll through here. So these are, some of these are like homebrew games, fan-made games. There's just a plethora of different games to check out here. This image does come with background music, and you do see video snaps. Openbor doesn't really have any box art, so that's why you don't see any box art. It just, you have to wait for the video to appear. But this is what you're looking at as far as openbor. And a lot of these games are really fun to play, go cross screen, play with two players, things like that. All right, moving along, NeoGeo, pretty standard stuff here. It's pretty much all the NeoGeo games. I'm not going to waste the time going through that. So if you like NeoGeo, it's got them. It's got the Metal Slugs. It's got all your King of Fighters, things like that. So Naomi, what are we rocking here? 80 games. So that's quite a bit of games here. This is where the majority of your space is going to be. So no box art, just a screen. This one has a screenshot and then the video. So there you go. There's quite a bit of light gun games on this image, I've noticed. You'll see as we go through the different collections. And Naomi's going to run just fine on the Raspberry Pi 4. That's nothing new. I'd have to say this collection's somewhat interesting. You don't always see these exact ones. You even have a trackball game here. Yes, you can hook a trackball up to you got shootout pool, which requires a mouse. And there you go. Virtual Tennis 1 and 2, Zero Gunner 2. Moving along, Ugin. So I played one of these games. I'll put a little screenshot. It doesn't play, on my computer at least, or on my Raspberry Pi, it wasn't really playing full screen. I'll have to play with this a little bit more as I go. But it was kind of, the resolution wasn't quite right. The controls are a little funky. It might just be my default setting. I might have to change that up. But, there's only a few games here anyways. If you're really looking forward to trying these games, I bet this is a good starting point to get it, working well enough. Dafne, you got 3, Dragon Slayer 1, 2, and Space Ace. A lot of people like that. That's pre-set up. Atomiswave, you got 26. One of my favorites is Demolish Fist. It's a great one. And Dolphin Blue. It's a really good one as well. Okay, if you like Metal Slug, you'll like this one. You got Metal Slug 6, Rumblefish 1 and 2, Salary Man, Sushi Bar, and look, more light gun games. And then let's go to Sega Model 3 before we go through the arcade set here. So Daytona USA played fine for me. Some of these other games like Sega Rally 2 played okay, but like Spike Out is a little laggy. And then remember the Lost World, as well as there's like 1 or 2 light gun games in here. I know, yeah, here's another one, I think. Is that one light gun? Okay, I don't know. I'm getting confused by those circles. I don't think it is. But I do know that, I think Magical Truck Adventure, yeah, this is also a light gun game. Where you go down this track and you okay. I think LA Machine Guns, yeah. But you can play these with the analog stick. There's no reason why you can't. Okay, and then arcade classics. Here we go. Pretty standard stuff, right? I did notice though, like he does have a lot of the kind of the best games. If you're in the UK or the US, these are probably the games you grew up on, more of the standard ones. He does have Area 51, no video snap here, but I noticed quite a few light gun games in here as well. You'll see we have Zombie Raid, and we'll come across some other ones as well. And no issues at all with the arcade set. Again, it's just slightly over 800 games, but no, like, there's not like 100 Mahjong games or anything like that. Like, it's a pretty good set. You got sports games, beat 'em ups, shoot 'em ups. You got a pretty standard set here. If you are looking for a specific game, that's why I'm going a little slower here, so you can see what we got going on here. And what do I think of this image so far? Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I think the whole downloading of the ROM sets is amazing. So you can put this on like a 256 gigabyte image, and then the file system should expand automatically. Hook it up to an Ethernet, and then add some consoles onto this as well, and then only add the consoles that maybe you're interested in. Right? You don't have to add them all. That's some complaints that people have with these images. Is there's too much stuff on it. You're never going to get to half of it. Well, you can start with something like this and work your way up. I'll put a link to their Facebook group as well. I'm sure they also just have like a base image where you can build as well. They're not the first ones with that idea of being able to download a whole, ROM set from a depository or depository. I'm saying the word right. Oh, there's some more. Judge Dredd, great little game. Jurassic Park, some more shooters. So, the Wizard. I reviewed a video a while ago. The Wizard did one, and I've seen other people do it as well. But good on them. I mean, I think the issue with that is, they have to have the web space. They have to store it. They have to pay for it. So good for them. That's pretty cool that they'll do that for the community. You got MK1, 2, and 3. And then Ultimate Mortal Kombat usually goes under U for Ultimate. So that's why it's often not in that same bunch. And then you got, Operation Wolf 1 and 3. Outrun on here, of course. Your Pac-Mans. Your pinballs. Some usually there's a pinball game or two in there. Power Instinct 1 and 2. Qbert. R-Type. Raiden 1 and 2. Rampage World Tour. And yeah, a lot of fun here. That's a good one too. Which one is it? Did I miss it? Rolling Thunder. Great game. Play that game. All right, moving. Oh, I moved over. Here we go. Simpsons Bowling as well. You got the Simpsons 2-player game. No video snap. There's a couple video snaps not on here. Spider-Man the video game. That's a good one. As well as the X-Men. Bunch of Street Fighters on here. The movie Alpha, Street Fighter 2. Super Punch-Out. It also has the Nintendo VS games, Verse games. Tekken 1, 2, and 3. And Tekken World Cup. But that's a soccer game. Tetris 2 Plus, one of my favorite versions of it. Regular Tetris. Terminator 2 Light Gun. Tron, Trojan. Here's your Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Masara, great game. Vigilante. Here's your Verse games I was talking about. It also has all the wrestling games on here. Wrestle War, Superstars, WrestleFest, and WrestleMania. And then you got your X-Men games on here. Oh, you don't have the X-Men arcade game, though. The side-scroller. All right, so that about does it. Let's play some games here and wrap it up.